Hey Dominic, you can hear me?
Hey, Greg.
Add to stage. I just forgot about it. Like, how do we add to stage again? Like here.
That's what Raya has to do. She was doing it.
Right, are you there? No, I have access. I can add to stage. I just uh, okay, she
Yeah, I
did
think
it.
we are. I think we are live.
Yeah.
We can wait a bit for people to come in. Okay, it's 3 o'clock. So do you want to go ahead and start, Greg?
Yes, Dominic, let's get started. How you
Good.
doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, thank you. So yeah, again another webinar. Uh, the last time was in December where we discussed employees onboarding through KompiTech.AI.
That's right.
Yeah. So, would you want to get started?
Yeah, let's get started. And I think we can do, just for the people who are new here, we can do a little, introduction. So welcome everybody. Hope you're going to be enjoying this webinar today. My name is Dominic. I'm an IT consultant. I've been in this space for about 8 years as an IT generalist, I would say, and yeah, working with the KompiTech.AI to progress progress businesses, evolution through AI systems and our integrations. What about you, Greg? You can give a little introduction.
Yeah. Again, my name is Greg Eraon, and I'm the founder of KompiTech.AI. And yeah, we have been working on building KompiTech.AI for almost 1.5 years. We want to help business with automation of their workflows, business processes. Basically, that was the reason why we started building KompiTech.AI. Yeah, that was it from my side. Dominic?
Good, good. Yeah, so I think we can go ahead and get right into it. Thanks for the introduction. So, you know, we want to kind of go along and answer some questions, some weak points and issues that businesses and business leaders face, with AI implementation. And here we want to discuss, why does AI implementation feel confusing, right? We have these following talking points, so I'll just list them out. So we have why interest in AI doesn't always translate into action, what most organizations miss before implementation, and what is the cost of delayed or misaligned IT adoption. Yeah, so I think we can go ahead and start with why interest in AI doesn't always translate into action. Maybe Greg, if you have some experience, right, as the business owner and working with the product and working with other people who are working on it, yeah, do you have something you could say about this? What your experience is and what you've seen, right, with people trying to get into it or start with it and just being lost.
I think the best way to answer that, Dominic, is probably to use our company, you
Mm-hmm.
yourself, myself, and the other team, as a good example, uh, why AI was confusing to us at the beginning.
Mm,
When ChatGPT came out a couple of years back, everybody knew how ChatGPT can help them personally. You can ask general questions, and then it spit it out to you. And then people understood how ChatGPT can help them, right?
mm, mm,
And there were also other use cases for AI, where people saw how AI can help some other businesses. And most prominently is the way Microsoft are actually using Copilot in a
mm,
suite of products, right? They are really in full throttle in that, and people see how Microsoft is using Copilot, using AI in just being one of the leaders in business automation. But here comes the thing: when you go outside Microsoft's suite of applications, you want to use AI with other of your applications. How do you actually use AI? How do you automate
mm.
business processes? Then it really gets quite confusing. It's
And
like,
that's tricky, right? Because people are used to they're just used to, for example, ChatGPT or some simple stuff in Copilot, if at all. But they
yeah,
look at it and they think about, hey, I have some business, or I'm starting up some business. How do I even what do I do with this, right? I mean, I know how to ask ChatGPT, what day of the week is it, right? What color should this be? Should that be? But how do they integrate it to some specific app they have or some specific workflow, right? I mean, and those capabilities are they're not even aware that that can exist, right?
yeah. So this is basically why I'm here. We are
Mm,
here to share our experience with what AI was confusing to us at the beginning, and what did we actually do to make sure we understand this technology, how to use it, and hopefully, when we share that experience with other companies, other businesses, they they will have that haha moment, like, haha, so that's how it works.
mm, mm,
That's basically our goal today, and we hope that whatever you will learn from this webinar, you possibly down the road, not merely today, but couple of weeks from now or months from now, you will also have that your aha moment, where you actually, if you still have not understand very well, you're still a bit confused how to implement AI in your business, like practical use case, you're gonna have that aha moment. And yeah, so let's walk through it. Let's give everyone our own experience. Let's share our experience, and hopefully everyone can learn from our our use cases. Okay.
definitely, definitely. Would you like to continue on with the next topics here? What
Yeah.
most organizations miss before implementation as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, go ahead.
yeah, there is a comment by I forgot some of the Google execs, uh,
Mm,
former CEO. He mentioned something like, if you are not using AI in every part of your business, then you're gonna be dead, right? I mean, think
right.
about that. It's not like you are using AI in 10% of your business. You need to really start thinking how to use AI in like almost every part of your
Right.
business.
And because
So
if they focus just on one part, right, or some very limited thing, then they're just going to be have a very limited scope in how it actually, empowers the entire business, right? Because they need to learn how to use it and scale it across the business,
yeah,
right? So then they also have the experience and the knowledge, and everyone in the business, all the employees, right? Everyone kind of has that root knowledge and can start kind of really, speeding up everything, right? Kind of it's that boost of efficiency across the entire business, right? Not just in IT, right? Not just in sales, not just in HR, but across the whole board.
that is the point, and that is one of the key experience which we want to share with you today, what you might be missing about AI implementation is not really how much IT knows about AI.
Mm.
You need to get everyone from all functions of the business involved on how
Right.
to use AI. And then you will actually understand the power or how where to start with implementation. Uh, you might grasp that at some point, but you need to start with something. Uh, you can talk to us if you start if you have any department like finance department, maybe you think the data which they handle is too sensitive. Okay, you might start with other data entry departments and get everyone in the company involved, and those individuals in the company, because that's the key, those are the guys that are doing the day-to-day task.
Right.
They know
Right.
their pain points,
Mm-hmm.
and they are the ones that will identify areas. They are basically aha
Mm-hmm.
moment when they start actually using any AI which you're going to implement, where they will identify like, aha, actually I can do this, I can do this, I can do that, right?
Right, right. And then you have, some specific departments, someone in finance, let's just say they learn how to use something with some spreadsheeting, right? And they
Mhm.
find out some tricks with it using AI and they start kind of creating that value. But it's not going to only be the value within the department. Then they can start doing that cross collaboration across the
Yeah,
entire business, right? And they
yeah,
can start sharing what they learned, and then each member, each team can take from that what they need and start building and building upon it, right? And I
yeah.
think that's what's very important, that many businesses or business leaders will try to just focus on very one specific point, right, in a business, maybe just in IT, because that's where they think it needs to be and where it can be, when actually it should be across the entire organization.
That is it. No, don't try it. Of course, in some cases, it makes sense to start little and then build block
Mm-hmm.
by blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Probably that is when you start with the implementation of the tech stack of the technology for
Mm-hmm.
your AI. Uh, but it's not really necessary to like, okay, let's start now with finance, right? If
Mm-hmm.
possible, try to get everyone involved, because AI, the technology is really moving at breakneck, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was so cool about a year ago or even 6 months ago is probably now so ancient, right?
Right,
Uh,
right.
so if there are things which you probably missed about 1 year ago on how to actually utilize AI in your organization, you know what? That ship is already gone.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I think
So,
that pivots into this next section, right, which is the
yeah.
cost of delayed or misled IT adoption. And kind of to build upon what you said, right? I mean, if we think about, 2 years ago, there was this famous video of Will Smith eating spaghetti, right? And it looks like a total mess, right? And it's,
Yeah,
flying everywhere. And,
yeah,
just a year later, all of a sudden, oh, okay, this looks good. 2 years later, it's almost indistinguishable, right? So,
yeah.
like, imagine in that time, within 2 years, the amount of, progress that these systems make, and you can directly translate that to these businesses, right? If they miss 2 years of experience and implementation with I mean, think about all the loss in efficiency and value, and at the end of the day, revenue.
Yeah, that is the point when almost 1.5 year ago, there's a colleague of mine who runs a traditional marketing agency. So I was trying to help him understand how he can use AI to transform his marketing agency,
Mm.
and he sort of ignored me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 6 months, 1 year down the road, almost all his business are gone.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's trying to, you know, get on the on the ship. It's a bit too late to some extent. I mean, although it's still not too late, but it's too late for him to get those customers
Right,
back.
right,
So
right.
those customers that he lost, if he would have already approached them with a new innovative way of how to help them marketing wise, etc., and bring down the cost, there was no way those customers would have thought about leaving him
Right.
and going for something else. And he told me, "Oh, Greg, those customers, they have better offers, quicker, delivery time. They
Mm-hmm.
are, the competitors are using AI. I felt so sorry. That is the thing, don't delay, get on it, play around with it. Of course, you might think about your data, but I would say the pros and cons. Again, it's up to you and your organization, but you have to weigh the pros and cons and be able to make your decisions.
Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Good. Would you like to comment anything else on this section, or would you like to go ahead and move on?
Yeah. What I want to comment actually on this session
Mm-hmm.
is like what are the like real life use cases, how you can imagine translating all those internal internal efforts which you put into learn AI. Like
Mm,
where will you get started? Take for instance, you're using Microsoft 365 or using ChatGPT.
mm-hmm.
uh, you might want to use something that can talk to your data, right? Because uploading your internal documents
Right.
right into ChatGPT or
Sensitive data basically into the public
since
models, right?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Perplexity or whatever. Again, you might get some information back, but you know, ChatGPT cannot talk to your systems, right?
Mm, mm,
And it just makes everything a bit more chaotic. What you should really actually look into is how can you first of all connect your system, because your system is basically the context.
mm,
you know
mm,
it has all the data of your business. For us, that was actually the key when we discover that first thing first, we have to connect all our systems together. And then once we connect our system together on one platform and be able to then chat with our system, that was our aha moment to be like, oh wow. it's like it's like magic,
mm,
uh,
mm.
and you begin discovering things which you didn't know was there,
Even on
right?
your own systems, right? Even on your
Yeah,
own backend, your own
yeah,
data, right?
exactly. The a Unilever CEO said something about their sales team back
Mm,
then. It's like one thing is very somehow sad about is because they don't know what they know, right? They have this huge data, multiple systems, and they have a lot of information about that in those systems, but they don't know what is there, right?
right. And how it's connected, right? Because
How is
imagine, I mean, how would all of those people with all their own documentation, how do they even know, those connections, right? The data similarities, the important data, right? That's so hard to
yeah,
find, right?
yeah, that's right. So traditionally, if you have to connect all those systems,
Mm,
it's very cost intensive, right? You have to do system integration. You do that through API, and then when anything changes in one system, maybe the system is through a third party vendor or Microsoft or
right,
SAP,
right.
then you have to change the API on
You have
this
to
or that.
update it, right? And then check that the
Exactly.
data flow is working and everything.
Yeah. So it's very rigid, but
Mm,
with AI, it makes it way more flexible to be able to do integration of your system without thinking too much about change in
mm.
architecture or change in one system API compared to what you have in the other system. So you can map the fields again or the workflows or whatever, right?
And so everyone understands when you're mentioning integrations, what do you exactly mean by that?
Well, integration in the sense, those days people still, everything is still controlled through API integration,
Mm-hmm.
right? Why is it easier with AI if you look more with MCP protocols, right?
Mm.
Model context protocols. It makes your life way easier when you want to integrate your systems,
And
right?
that's like to integrating, right? Like to like Entra, like from Microsoft or Google Workspace or Slack,
Yeah,
right? Any applications like that to be integrated directly with your app.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a quick example of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me just uh, open my other screen so I can show you exactly how we have done that to
Mm.
integrate. I'll show you some sort of an
Perfect.
environment, not the
Perfect.
main environment, so that you can see what we did in this case to integrate some of our system and then be able to have the system talk to each other, right? Let me just let me share my screen, and then you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we go. Let me know once you can see that screen.
Okay, let's give it a
Uh,
second.
okay, let's give it a minute. This is coming up. Uh, yeah, as the screen sharing is coming up, I will also want to just let everyone know, this is not like the full environment of our what we've integrated so far. This is more of the environment that we've set up for this demo. So just let me stop this screen sharing, and then I will add this to the do. Uh, it's giving me this stuff. It's giving me a bit of struggle here. Hey, Raya, can you add my screen sharing, please, if this is possible, so I can share it quickly? Uh, the screen sharing. Okay, I got it here. At the stage. Okay, I need to remove this one first. There you go. Yeah,
Nice. Okay, now we can see. Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so this was what I meant, right? So first thing first, what we did is this. Okay,
Mm.
so this we basically set up more for the marketing team environment, etc. So we connected our Microsoft 365 environment. It's quite simple to do that. And when I connect the Microsoft 365 environment, me being here, being connected, I can then start querying. So let me just do that quickly. I will quickly just like, okay, uh, was the last, I would just say one
Mm.
email in my inbox. Okay, and then it's gonna quickly go into my inbox. But I said, I just only said my inbox, so I think it's gonna prioritize the Microsoft 365 from the Google Workspace
Mm.
inbox, right? And then if you know what that is going on, so that is the email from the inbox, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there's someone trying to interact with me in in German and English, right? So and
Mm.
that, so you can see my inbox. So I can also basically also ask something like how how many emails did I received yesterday.
Mm,
Okay, it can go ahead and do that. But the same thing that able to do here, uh, I can do it across any other system that we've connected, right? I
right,
can do it
right.
across our HubSpot, our Google Ads, our Twitter. Okay, let's give it another shot, right? Let's say was the last was the last uh, post in I'll call it Twitter, huh?
Mm,
In
mm.
Twitter, not X.
And put
In
just the
Twitter.
last post. Yeah.
Was the last? Okay, yeah. Let me just stop that. Okay, was the last post in Twitter account? It might ask me for the Twitter ID, etc. But that is okay. Okay, so you see, I've asked it
Mm,
again. How many emails did I receive yesterday? It gave me those information, right? Of it says 69 emails, right? So I don't have to go into my inbox to do that, right?
and
And
there's a lot
then
of potential, right? Because you could also, you're saying you can also do this in the Google workspace, right? So for your Gmail account, or
yeah,
for, you could also do it, for example, with people using Slack or Teams. You could get messages from there, right? New messages, even
yeah,
sending them out. So it actually can integrate across pretty much any, standard enterprise app
yeah,
from
that's
within one
correct.
space. Mm.
Yeah, that's correct. I can. You're right. So I can do all the same thing which I do with Twitter. So it's a perfect. I can get it latest tweet from a Twitter account. Which account would you like me to? Let me say CompiTech. Again, it could ask me for the account ID. But while it's doing that, the other thing I can also do, I can set up a quick workflow, right? I
Mm.
could now say, check my emails on daily basis and summarize each email and and document that in I would say Google Doc,
Google Doc, right?
a
Yeah.
Google Doc or SharePoint. Send me uh, send me the doc once done. You see what
Mm.
I'm doing now? I'm basically setting up a workflow.
Right, right. So
Okay.
instead of you going to the email, checking it every day, right, reading it, you're basically telling it what you would do every day, but it's doing that whole process for you and summarizing it, right?
Exactly.
Mm.
Not just one email, but my entire email. Check my
Mhm.
emails on
Mhm.
daily basis, right? And then if I hit enter, what is gonna ask me a couple of questions. It's gonna set up a workflow. It's gonna ask me like how often do I want to do this, etc. Right? The same thing I can do with other systems that we've connected here. I can
Mm.
say check my YouTube. I can say check my Microsoft Clarity.
Mm. Or like really good also for like some marketing, right? For ads or for some visits on your site, stuff like this, right? So pretty much anything that you would do with any of these systems.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's right. So you see what is just done? Perfect. I can see you have both Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace. So I can build this. Let me just zoom in. So I can build this automated workflow for you. Yes, what I found: email access, docs, blah blah blah. So it's asking me for more information. What time should I run
Mhm.
each day? 8 a.m., 6 p.m., email filtering, documents naming, etc. So if I want, I can go ahead and set up this process. It's going to set up this workflow and it's just going to get the task done for me.
Mm.
So imagine taking this same scenario, like the task your team are doing every day. you could basically ask it to create a workflow for that,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Uh, and for us, I mean, the key was basically first connecting the systems. Okay. And once we connect the system with MCP, take for instance, if I'm going, we have not integrated Slack for this particular environment, we can connect Slack as well. We can connect WhatsApp. We can connect Octal, ServiceNow, whatever. We
mm,
there are multiple integrations, MCP integrations in our platform, and yeah, any other integrations here you can connect. Salesforce, Monday.com, and just start querying and ask
mm,
it to copy the data from here, put it over there, or set up that workflow so that the system can automatically do that for you.
And with that MCP tooling, right, they have the capacity to basically do anything that those apps can do. So something like Service Desk or Zendesk, you can ask it to create tickets, right, or to view tickets, sort by priority. You can also do all that from within that chat interface, right, once you have that integration set up.
Yeah, that's correct.
Mm,
So that's basically, one of the experience we wanted to share. Our experience, again, the key was really connecting your systems.
right,
So whatever you're going to do as a company, the first place you need to start thinking is what type of systems do you have internally? Maybe you want to prioritize one, so
right.
you can understand, you can learn from that. Just having one system like Microsoft 365, mm, your business it's very rare to have a business that runs only on Microsoft 365, you know, where you really get the power of AI automation is when you then start connecting things from Microsoft 365 with other system, and
Hmm.
instead of manually, doing a task, you just prompt the AI, you know.
Mm. And also, you
Yeah,
could do like cross-system stuff, right? So, for example, you do something with Microsoft, you can query to get an email from Outlook, and then you have a output a Google Doc, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
imagine if you have to do that manually, right? You have to go in one system, open the client, get all that data yourself, open a new tab or a new, application, paste it there, save the file, right? And here you just type it out and you've got it done across systems.
So in our case, it has been like 20 to 30x productivity boost,
Mm,
right? Where things I didn't even know that teams could, different teams in our company could do. For me, it's more like, oh wow, okay. And the other employee the other day, colleague was saying, now basically I can have more time to focus on other things, you know, and I could just automate my workflow. It can check a lot of things for me. And most importantly, there are things that I wouldn't even bother to check as a human, but because our system have access to that, it's helping to check these extra
mm.
things. It's helping to give that feedback to like, oh, be careful, if you did this, that will not
And like give
work.
recommendations, right? So things that you don't think about because it sees
Yeah,
that data and because it has that integration, it's able to
yeah,
say, "Hey, like this, you have this set up weirdly. Try doing it like this, right?" And then you
yeah.
can again get the engine to go in and yeah, improve it.
It really helps a lot to avoid making mistakes, to make sure you have the right information. It's just like, we humans, we don't have everything. Of course, we can try to remember everything, but the data we are working with is so large. Maybe you're working on a legal document for a certain department, but you probably are not sure how the technicality around that legal document.
Mm,
uh, but if you connected your system together, then it's easier for that legal person to quickly look up that technical documentation and provide quick context to that
mm.
legal person.
It's like it's basically a personal assistant for every single person in your business, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that is basically our recommendation, and I would like to maybe move the stage back to you, Dominic, and
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, we have the maybe we can also, if you'd like, we have also the assessment
yeah,
procedure, right? And that's
yeah.
something that, you know, people, you know, individuals and businesses from any size can actually use, right? And get some recommendations of what they actually need to work on, and you know how they can work on those things, right? Using KompiTech AI. Would you like to maybe showcase that?
Yes. So I was mentioning like where you should get started, how you should get started,
Mm-hmm.
and that is actually where it get confusing. So what we have done, we've also used our experience again. So like, okay, let's pass that knowledge, to anyone who want to get started with AI. We have. I'm gonna share my screen again quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So remove that, and if you want to get started and get uh, to understand which system you want to integrate first, we have this tool over here on our CompiTech website, KompiTech.AI website, and this tool will really guide you through how it's an AI assessment, right? It's an AI implementation assessment. So when you go to our website, there is this this CTA button at the hero section. You just click on this get free assessment. I will just quickly do this assessment. Dominic, if you want to chip in, feel free, please.
Yeah, of
Uh,
course.
so let's imagine, we have not implemented AI in our
Right.
company,
Right, just a new
and
business, right? And we want to see kind of what the pain points are. How do we do it? You know, where do we start?
so, exactly, maybe not as necessarily brand new. It's a business that want to know how to start implementation of
Mm-hmm.
AI.
Sure.
So what you necessarily need to know is what are the systems you're using. Okay, you're using
Right.
Microsoft 365, of course. Almost every company use
Right.
Outlook, right? Almost everyone use Microsoft Teams now,
Mm-hmm.
SharePoint, OneDrive,
Yes. Yes.
Excel, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint. And if you're not sure about the technical wording, Azure AD, maybe you leave it out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're not using Google Workspace, that's fine. In our case, I would just say Google Workspace. We use Google Sheets. And then with CRM system, I will probably go with Salesforce, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then finance system, I'll probably go with QuickBooks. If we're using something else, I will go with Sage, right? And then operational system, I might go with Asana, probably use Asana or Airtable, right? And then Jira, not really. And then the supply chain, mm, let me probably go with SAP Ariba, right? And then communication, stick with Slack and Zoom. Ticketing system, maybe not so heavy one. I go for Freshdesk, right? And
Mm-hmm.
if there is any system here which I basically think we have and it's not listed in one of these lists, I'm going to enter the system here, right? Let's take for instance, give me a system, Dominic, which am
So
I?
I just say maybe just for fun with communication, let's say something like TeamSpeak. You know, that's an
Oh,
old communication platform, TeamSpeak.
oh
Or
yeah,
you
I've
can,
heard about
yeah,
that.
yeah, throw that
TeamSpeak,
one in there. Mm-hmm.
like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
One A less, but yeah, you got it. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool. All right, so continue, and then yeah, I can specify my department, uh, any department that we have internally, leadership, marketing, finance, and if there are other departments like uh, Lego is already here, right? So yeah, Lego is not there, so I will just enter Lego. Uh, and then maybe procurement. It's
Mm,
probably not there.
mm,
Procurement. Okay, and then click continue. And then I will specify my challenges, right? Manual data entry, slow employee onboarding,
mm,
repetitive IT support task, lack of project visibility, and then other challenges. I could mention things like uh, I could say marketing materials, uh, lead time,
mm,
just
mm,
sample, okay. Difficulties in in uh, 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 in uh, uh, in putting together marketing materials uh, based on existing products, right?
mm, mm,
Products and services. Okay, so I'll click continue. Over here, you know, size of your company, small, big, wherever, just enter that. And of course, provide your name. I use my name in this case, Greg, company, KompiTech.AI, job title, founder. Uh, this is optional. I'll just say see data, whatever, and then get my results. So the tool which we've implemented here will help to quickly analyze the information that you've provided, and we'll be able to give you a quick assessment of where to get started. So if you're confused and you still don't know where to get started, this is a really great place to get started. And once you've been able to do this, you can, you will get the email also in your inbox, and then you can just go ahead, start a free trial, right? Go for a free trial, and the free trial is you know it's for free. You don't need a credit card. It's a 15-day free trial for all our of all our tiers, right? And then if you need help on how to connect any of the system, reach out to us. You can use the sales form that is out there to reach out to us as well, and then we will be able to support you. But again, to start a free trial, it's very simple. If I go here, you know, uh, if I click on start a free trial, let me open that in an incognito. Sign up with uh, sign up with. Let me quickly get a username. I think. Let me see if we screen. Yeah, you still see the sales
Yeah, I
screens,
think
right?
we're still looking at the sales. Yeah,
Okay.
I just had to swap
So
the window.
yeah, let me swap the window quickly.
Hmm.
Just give me a minute. Uh, uh, stop screen. Let me add that. Okay. Okay. All right. So to get started,
Hmm.
as I said, let me just go back again to KompiTech.AI. You basically have to click on this start a free trial. You log in. So let me get a different user credentials to log in quickly. So I can show you that how easy it is. Uh, so you can of course start, use your Google account or use your Microsoft account, which is also very straightforward. But let me just create a standard username and a password. Okay. Okay. So basically, you complete your name. I just put Henry, for instance, Henry Doe, and Henry has got Henry Doe Corp. Yeah, take that and get started. And there you go. You sign in, and that's how we also help companies to get started quickly. You can just click on connect your Microsoft 365, right? If you click
Hmm.
on that, it redirects you to your Microsoft 365. You just sign in, but you need to have an admin access in your Microsoft 365 environment. Just sign in, enter your username and password, and consent to the permissions. You click complete. That is it. Once you've done that, this is completed. You can let me just skip that. Okay, once you've done that, it's basically done, completed, and you can start chatting here, and that is it. And if you want to add other automation, you want to integrate other system, just come here, connect them, and then you can start creating your workflows. And then you can pass this to, you just go to manage organizations, right? And then click on members. You start inviting your members to your team colleagues, your teams, and your employees into the platform. And they can also start automating their workflows. Basically, that is it. Simple as that.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so people can sign up for the free trial and right away, right within 5 minutes, connect their systems and start playing with it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, very easy.
Yeah.
Good,
Okay.
good.
So,
Hey, can maybe throw up the agenda again? Yeah. Yeah, so we went over the live demo. We showed the assessment and also the integrations that people can use. Um, Regarding the real world use cases, we have a section here about how teams have moved from AI curiosity to execution, right? And I mean, we kind of covered this in part with you, showing off, right?
yeah.
How a team can, sales team, finance, whoever, can actually take that curiosity and take that interest in AI and start, with KompiTech AI, start actually, providing some value, start doing some testing, some automation, right? Working on their systems. Do you have anything else maybe to add on to that?
No, I think we've touched base on that already. Any departments. So, as mentioned at the beginning of this webinar, if you are not using AI in every part of your organization, chances are, you're gonna die, right?
Right.
So, mark my word for that. So, the earlier you start with implementation, exploring how you can implement AI, the better. Again, we are here to help. Reach out. Uh, yeah. So any department, we have different use cases. We can support you. We provide free consultation in that case.
And also on top of that, right? We also had quite some previous webinars and some more coming up. So there's also much more functionality, with the product and with the tooling that we haven't shown in this webinar, right? So people can also check on the previous ones to see, what else they can do with their business using the
Yeah.
KompiTech AI. So there's
Yeah.
also a lot more potential there, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So, what do you think? Do you think we should get into Q&A since we don't
Yeah,
have
I
much
think we
time?
can. Yeah, I think we actually covered quite a lot in the time we had. So I think we can, get into the Q&A if there are any questions. There's a getting started section, but we also went through that, with the live demo, because why not knock that one out as well. So I think I will take a look if we have any new questions.
So,
And
if anyone have questions, please free to ask in the chat section.
I see we already have one here from Ahad asking, um, and I assume the system, yeah, does it require access to sensitive systems? So I assume, the KompiTech
No,
AI access to their tools.
no. So zero access to yours. Uh, of course, when you sign in, you let it able to read your data, but not the sensitive data. And most importantly, we don't store any data
Exactly.
on our system. So all your data is still in your system. We don't store that. Uh, and you can still control what can be read and be able to cut off, any access that you need to be able to cut off. But again, yeah, no, no access is no data is stored on our side, and you can control which sensitive data you want it to have access to.
Right. Right. Good. Let me take a look. We can wait a bit in case some people have some questions.
Yeah, there
Give
is
them
this
some
one.
time. Yeah,
The
go ahead.
set the setup heavy or
Mm-hmm.
lightweight after the assessment. No, so that is basically the magic of this MCP, model context protocol. If it was, with the API implementation back then, probably it's going to take you months and months with
Right.
implementation. With this, it's basically within 1 minute. You've done the
Mm-hmm.
setup integration, and that is it. All right. And that actually is the speed how you can integrate your system. The only thing that you need to do after that is to understand how you can use it, because your workflows, your business processes is a bit different to every business. So then you just start playing with it. Whenever you have any work that needs to be done, instead of you getting it done manually, basically go to the AI, the chat interface, and ask it, hey, I want to get this task done. It is in this system, and this is how I want to do it. Can you help me do that? And then you wait for the
Mm-hmm.
for how it can get that done for you, and then you learn from there. Once you might not have the like the magic at the first prompt. Keep on going. Within 1 2 weeks, and you become even an expert. You're able to teach other how to
and
use it.
and also, right, that's also the purpose, or part of the purpose of the assessment, that when you actually enter all that data and really look at that assessment and those scores, that will help you with that setup, right? So that will
Yeah,
also, once you look at that, you see what it recommends, and you get in access into the system, you right away know how to start, what to start playing with, what the pain points are, right, and how to operate on them.
that's
Okay, I
correct.
have another question here. Is the assessment customized per company, or do you follow a standard framework?
It is customized per company. Uh, Although we have our own prompting, or what I would call best practices framework under the hood, that based on expertise and experience from different industry. Uh, but as I said earlier, every use case in or every workflows differs per company. So it is totally different assessment per company, and you will be able to at least understand how he can potentially help you after you've completed the assessment.
And on top of that, right? Also, after they finish the assessment, they can also reach out to the experts, right? We have that at the end of the assessment. So
Yeah,
on top of that, right, you can get the customized feedback that you need when you know also progress, with the communication. So it's
yeah,
specialized also in that case.
yeah,
Okay. See another question. How long does an AI assessment usually take? Well, we did that. I think we knocked that one out in about a few minutes, right? So I think we had that in the demo. But again, I mean, it can take a bit longer, right? I think because someone will really sit down with it, think about all their pain points, go through, maybe speak with some employees and other business partners, what to enter there. But it's also very quick, right? They can go from the assessment to actually using the product, right? I mean, within 5-10 minutes. You
yeah.
know.
If you're quick, you can get it done in 2 minutes, but maybe five
Exactly.
minutes. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So I think we can wait maybe a bit more, if there'll be any other question, and if not, then I think we'll be good to go. So let's
Yeah,
keep it. Is there anything else you wanted to maybe add with the remaining time we have? Maybe something else about
yeah.
Compitech AI or something you'd like to share with people?
For we'll be having a different webinar in about
Hmm.
2 to 3 weeks from now, or maybe between mid June, mid February, and the end of February, and we are going to, bring other people into the webinar. These are real people using it. I mean, real people. We both are real as well, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm holding up four fingers, right? Yeah.
yes. So I mean, people using it every day that they don't know anything about AI, and they can tell their story as well. So you can potentially learn from those people. So that would be the next, about the next webinar.
Good, good. Right. So someone who actually isn't, working so intensively in the past with these types of products, right? But now they have that experience and they actually kind of got those aha moments, as you said,
Yeah,
to how it's helping them with their
yeah,
work.
that's correct.
Good, good,
Cool.
perfect. Okay,
Yeah,
so I'm not seeing any other questions. I think that then we also covered it. We packed a lot of content into these 55 minutes.
yeah.
So yeah, I think we're good to finish it up here. Thank you very much, Greg.
Thank you too.
Appreciate it a lot. And yeah, thank you everybody who joined and was part of the webinar. And we hope to see you in the next one as well.
Yeah. See you then.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you.
See you
Take care,
guys.
guys.
Yeah, bye.